Welcome back. We have been looking at the different types of crops grown in our country. We also seen that the land under cultivation of food crops has got reduced. Now let us see the technological and institutional reforms taken place in agriculture to increase the production. Agriculture provides a livelihood for more than 60% of its population. Most of the farmers in our country still depend on monsoon and natural fertility in order to carry on their agriculture. So this sector needs some serious technical and institutional reforms. After independence, major institutional reforms such as collectivization, consolidation of holdings, cooperation and abolition of zamindari system, etc. were given priority. Land reforms was the main focus of our first 5-year plan. Let us see some initiatives taken by the government to increase the agricultural production in our country. The Government of India embarked upon introducing agricultural reforms to improve Indian agriculture in the 1960s and 1970s. The Green Revolution, based on the use of package technology, and the White Revolution or Operation Flood were some of the strategies initiated to improve a lot of Indian agriculture. Green Revolution refers to the introduction of high-yielding varieties of seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides and assured irrigation facilities. This was adopted in the Indian agriculture to boost up production of food grains. Government of India initiated White Revolution known as Operation Flood for increasing milk production in our country. White Revolution made India the largest producer of milk in the world. But these initiatives also led to the concentration of development in a few selected areas only. Therefore, in the 1980s and 1990s, a comprehensive land development program was initiated, which included both institutional and technical reforms. Provision for crop insurance against drought, flood, cyclone, fire and disease. The establishment of Gramin banks, cooperative societies and banks for providing loan facilities to the farmers at lower rates of interest were some important steps in this direction. Kisan Credit Card, Personal Accident Insurance Scheme are some other schemes introduced by the Government of India for the benefit of the farmers. Moreover, special weather bulletins and agricultural programs for farmers were introduced on the radio and television. The government also announces minimum support price, remunerative and procurement prices for important crops to check the exploitation of farmers by speculators and middlemen. Now let us see the contribution of agriculture to the national economy, employment and output. Agriculture has been the backbone of the Indian economy. In 2010 and 11, about 52% of the total workforce was employed by the farm sector. That means more than half of the Indian population dependent on agriculture for sustenance. But the share of agriculture in the GDP is declining from 1951. It is not generating sufficient employment opportunities in the country. Considering the importance of agriculture in our country, the Government of India made some efforts to modernize agriculture. Indian Council of Agricultural Research, agricultural universities, veterinary services and animal breeding centers, horticulture development, research and development in the field of meteorology and weather forecast, etc. are a few of the initiatives introduced by the government to improve Indian agriculture. Next comes food security. Food is a basic need. Every citizen should have access to food which provides minimum nutritional level. If any section of our population doesn't have this access, they suffer from lack of food security. Large number of people do not have food security in some regions of our country. Our government has designed a national food security system in order to ensure availability of food to all sections of society. It has two components. One is buffer stock and the other is public distribution system. The primary objective of our food security policy is to ensure availability of food grains to the common people at an affordable price. The focus of the policy is on growth in agricultural production and on fixing the support price for procurement of wheat and rice. Food Corporation of India or FCI is responsible for procuring and stocking food grains, whereas distribution is ensured by Public Distribution System or PDS. The FCI procures food grains from the farmers at the government announced minimum support price or MSP. The government used to provide subsidies on agriculture inputs such as fertilizers, power and water. The high MSP subsidies in input and committed FCI purchases have changed the cropping pattern also. Wheat and paddy crops are being grown more for the MSP they get. Punjab and Haryana are best examples. Instead of concentrating only on wheat or rice, the food crop with a better growth potential in that particular area must be encouraged. The consumers are also divided into two categories, BPL, that means below poverty line, and APL, above poverty line. The issue price of grains and other essential commodities in the PDS system is different for each category. However, this categorization is not perfect and a number of deserving poor have been excluded from the BPL category. There has been a gradual shift from cultivation of food crops to cultivation of fruits, vegetables, oil, seeds and industrial crops. This has led to the reduction in the production of cereals and pulses. The declining food production puts a big question mark over the country's future food security. A declining area of land under cultivation coupled with increasing population can lead to serious food grain shortages. This would in turn increase imports of food grains. It will cause the economy to reel under huge debts. Now let us see the impact of globalization on Indian agriculture. Globalization means the increased interdependence of people and countries all around the planet. It means the fast flow of movements and exchanges of goods and services among the countries. Globalization is not a new phenomenon. It was there at the time of colonization. During the British period, cotton belts of India attracted the British for their textile industries. Cotton textile industry in Manchester and Liverpool flourished due to the availability of good quality cotton from India. The farmers in Bihar region were unable to grow food grains to sustain their families because they were forced to grow indigo on their land as it was necessary for the textile industries in Britain. In the 19th century, when European traders came to India, Indian spices were exported to different countries of the world and farmers of South India were encouraged to grow these spices and such crops for the British. Till today, it is one of the important items of export from India. Under globalization, particularly after 1990, the farmers in India have been exposed to new challenges. Despite being an important producer of rice, cotton, rubber, tea, coffee, jute and spices, our agricultural products are not able to compete with the developed countries because of the highly subsidized agriculture in those countries. Today, Indian agriculture finds itself at the crossroad. To make agriculture successful and profitable, proper thrust should be given to the improvement of the condition of marginal and small farmers. This is all about agriculture. We will come up with chapter-wise repeated questions with its solutions in the past paper analysis. Please subscribe the channel to be notified of the new videos. Keep watching. Thank you.